What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now, look, y'all, I can start talking back crazy again in favor of my Chicago Bulls because we just pulled off a great win for this basketball club. We beat the Brooklyn Nets by a score of 118 to 95 after we dropped two tough games against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, when we dropped those two games against the 76ers, I was so heated because I'm like, come on, y'all. I've been talking cash on y'all before the season started. When y'all was on that win streak, I'm talking cash. I'm telling everybody y'all gonna finish third in the Eastern Conference. Y'all can't drop two games in a row to an undermanned Philadelphia 76ers team, especially in that first game with Joel Embiid, and he didn't even get off like that. You let Niang get them foul threes from everywhere. I'm like, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta figure out a way to close games much better than this. And tonight, the Bulls did it against a superior team with superior talent in the Brooklyn Nets. Now I know the Brooklyn Nets are coming off a back-to-back, but it ain't my fault. It ain't the Bulls' fault. It ain't Billy Donovan's fault. It ain't the Bulls fans' fault, right? They came out there on the floor and we beat the guys that was in front of us. I'm glad that we got that job done, right? That's all we can account for. That's all we can be responsible for. I don't care that they came off a back-to-back. This is a great win for this team, man. I'm going to say this. It's going to bode well for the confidence for the squad going forward. I feel like we needed a signature win all season. I mean, not all season. Season just started. But I feel like we needed a signature win in order to solidify that we are a team to reckon with in the Eastern Conference. And I feel like this was that win. Once again, I'm going to tell y'all this too. I predicted that Zach LaVine would be the leading scorer on this team, and I feel like he would be in the leading discussion for MVP votes, right? I know it's still early, but I gotta tip my hat. I gotta tip my hat to Mr. DeMar DeRozan. Compton's in the house. Listen, I'm for real. My dearest player pimp, DeMar DeRozan, I'm not gonna hold you. DeMar DeRozan is playing like a man possessed. I thought when DeMar DeRozan came over from San Antonio, I'm thinking he gonna be what, a 21 point per game scorer at most, or 22 at most. I didn't think the man was going to be putting up 37 in back-to-back games, putting up 29, 28, 30, stuff like that. DeMar DeRozan still has a whole lot of basketball left in him. I felt like when he was in, I didn't watch San Antonio like that, to be honest, but I kept up with what DeMar DeRozan was doing, and I believe that sometimes playing in the system with under Greg Popovich in San Antonio, you can kind of not get lost in the sauce, but your game can stat-wise can regress a little bit stat-wise because you're in a system. It's a system offense. You know, you're not going to be able to just get off and get 40-something a night and all that type of stuff in a offense under Greg Popovich, right? But under Billy Donovan, DeMar DeRozan is playing phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. Like, the dude has been constant for the Bulls. When he own, he own. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. When he's shooting from mid-range, I'm more shocked when he misses a shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not more. I'm super shocked when he misses a shot because we know mid-range, the dude is absolute money. Money like I ain't never seen it before, for real. Him and Sean Livingston, all the type of dudes, that mid-range is hit. And D-Rose, the mid-range is money. But DeMar stuff, when he missed, I'm shocked as hell. Because, like, dude, I don't know. Like, his mid-range game is so solid. But DeMar has been, like, not a surprise. Yeah, well, I'm going to say, he has surprised me. I didn't think we would get this type of offensive output from him, but it's a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad that he's on his Bulls roster. For them to say that that was the worst offseason acquisition in the offseason, the people, like all the critics and the beat writers and all that, they eating crow, they eating all their words because this dude has been, like, he has been big time, leading the Bulls in scoring. I mean, hitting big shot after big shot in clutch situations in games we were playing down the stretch. Like, dude is he's a great leader as well, and I'm glad that we have somebody else to go along with Zach LaVine to help carry the scoring load, right? Now, that takes me to, because I always felt like this team is supposed to be a three-headed monster as far as scoring is supposed to go. Now, Zach LaVine has been doing his part. He's been scoring a rock. He's been getting over 20 a game. I got to look at their season averages. I believe Zach got to be at least averaging 24, 25 a game on the season, which is great, right? And it's a notch down from what he was scoring last year, 27, but still, great scoring effort. Nikola Vucevic is supposed to be the consistent third scoring option, and he's struggling. He's struggling to score because, in my opinion, this is the way the Bulls have to change the way they play. You can't just come out and just start shooting threes, guns a-blazing like you Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Speaking of DeMar DeRozan and guys like Zach LaVine and all and other players that we got on the squad as well. Lonzo Ball, you can't fire out threes willy-nilly. I think you need to In order to get Vooch established in the offense, you got to do the old school basketball. Feed the post first. Feed him in the post. Let him get some touches. Let him get some easy little shots in. Let him get going first. And let him get established in the offense. Because he's missing little chip shots that he would normally make. He's missing easy stuff at the paint point blank range that he would normally make. And I believe they have to get him established early. Let him get his feet wet. Let him get some gimmies. Let him get some easy shots in order to him to get established later on so that he can get rolling offensively. Because he is the odd man out. He is playing the role of Chris Bosh. Now, I know he's not Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh, but Vooch is supremely talented. He is an all-star caliber player. And I think in order to get him at that all-star level, they got to get him going and feed him early. And I think Billy Donovan is going to make that a point with the game plan going forward for this team, man. But I'm going to say this, man. For real. The Chicago Bulls bench, I love the bench unit. This bench gives them so much energy, starting with Ayo Dosunmu, coming from my alma mater, Morgan Park High School. No lie. Shout out MP, man. Shout out to all the Morgan Park Mustangs. Ayo, I don't know, he gives them a burst of energy that they severely need. And I mean, people thought Ayo was just going to be a G League guy and stay in the G League all year. I don't think people saw him giving this type of production. He had a hell of a career in Illinois, had a bad NCAA tournament showing in that last game, didn't have a great summer league, but the dude is showing that he is a guy that has experience. He is an experienced player. And he got dog in him. When he comes in, he's coming in to attack. Seriously, doing everything you want him to do defensively, hustling, scrapping, scratching, clawing, going to the cup, shooting fearlessly. And we need a fearless type of guy on this team like this. Ayo had a career high 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 boards, attacking the boards, crashing the boards at 6'4". We need guys that's going to be willing to do that type of dirty work, especially when we're undersized. We do not have a legit big man. That's what the Bulls are missing. They need a big man. If they had a Dwight Howard or somebody like that, that would be great. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, that will bode well for this team, right? But we know we're undersized, so you got the guards coming in, the longer, taller guards, scratching and clawing for boards. That's going to matter. But Ayo gives them a burst of energy that every time he gets into the game, he coming in to do great things. And he's playing with so much energy. He gives the Bulls so much life. Even when he made mistakes in the fourth quarter, he made some two pivotal mistakes at the end of the game, in the mix of the game, in the fourth quarter, right? Not the very end of the game, but in the fourth quarter. Billy Donovan kept him in because he knew this kid brings a lot. He made some errors. Those are some rookie mistakes, mental errors, but he brings so much good things to this Bulls team. You got to keep him out there and give him a chance to redeem himself and see what he can do, right? Guys like Derrick Jones Jr., only 7 points, but I'm telling you, he gives big buckets to the Bulls, man. I mean, hustle points, getting the rebounds, so on and so forth. Tony Bradley getting 8 rebounds tonight, only 4 points, but getting big offensive rebounds. Things like that bode well for the Bulls. Let me say this too, because I'm watching the stats, and people that don't even know this. The Bulls had, 42 points in the fourth quarter to the Brooklyn Nets 17. That's telling. That is telling for the Bulls. The Bulls stepped it up tremendously in the fourth quarter and executing, man, is showing great ball movement. That matters. That matters on this team. And when you got a guy like Lonzo Ball who's unselfish, who's going to get guys great shots and great high percentage shots, get them in best position to score, that matters for the squad, man. I got to give it to Javonte Green too, man. I'm a shout out young boy, man. Undersized, playing big, guard, having the defensive assignment of guarding. Goddamn, Kevin Durant, man. 7-foot dude that can do every goddamn thing you can think of. Shooting with that little one-leg lean step, that one-leg step back, and it's like a leaning shot like Dirk Nowitzki lean and fade away. Like, defending that is hella tough. But he did it to the best of his abilities, man. And finished with 11 points, 7 rebounds. Got to give it to Alex Caruso. 5 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. But, I mean, his hustle, the way he scratches and claws, like, I believe he's leading bench players, or he's second out of all bench players in steals with 21 off the bench, getting steals this is why the Lakers were loving him, why he played well with the championship-winning Lakers team. This is why they were such a good team, because they had guys like him who were willing to give up their bodies, willing to go out there and just try to put everything on the line to get big moments or swing the momentum for the basketball club. And that's what his play does for this Bulls team, man. So I'm glad we got this great win tonight. Again, Zach LaVine had 24 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds in 33 minutes. I'm glad, this team got this win. That is a win that's going to give you a confidence booster going against the bigger teams. You're going to have to play Milwaukee, okay? You're going to have to play Philadelphia again. You're going to have to play who I'm missing? Miami Heat. You're going to have to play all these other different teams in the Eastern Conference. You're going to have to come out there and you're going to play Brooklyn again. You're going to play Indiana, so on and so forth. So you got to be ready for these big games, and it's going to be times where the talent is going to be you're going to be outmatched in talent, but you still have to figure out a way to still seal the deal and close and get a big win. Even when guys are more talented on that end and you're undersized, you still got to figure out ways to win games. Whether it's great ball movement, whether it's crashing the boards, out hustling guys, using your athleticism and youth and speed to get to loose balls. That's what they're going to have to do. Because, again, we're undersized right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how things play out when Coby White comes back into play. Because the last couple of games against Philly, we struggled offensively. We struggled to score because DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine can't do it all. And in that first game, Zach LaVine, my guy, but he pissed me off because he was shooting a lot of ill-advised shots instead of just kept feeding the hot hand, which was DeMar DeRozan. Chill. You're going to get yours, Zach, but when the hand is hot, you got to give it to the hot hand because DeMar is going to do the same thing to you, right? But nonetheless, let me get back to my point. They struggled to score against the Philadelphia 76ers. Coby White is a guy that can score, they come in and give you big buckets off the bench. Score. You're going to need his scoring, and I can't wait to see when he comes back how the team will look. However, the way Ayo is playing, he's played himself into rotation. You got to still play Ayo even when Coby White comes back. I don't care. I don't give a damn. You got to figure out a way to still get him minutes and play him alongside each other, play him in at different points or whatever, but you got to still play him because he's earned that right. The kid is just playing too big time for you to just have him sitting on the bench and buried on the bench and send him to the G League. No. They need him. The Bulls feed off of his energy. I'm watching how guys are standing up, applauding and cheering and smiling when he comes in and makes big plays. At the end of the game, after he gets the layup, he gets a turnover, forces a turnover for the Bulls to get the ball back again, damn near get the steal. That is the type of energy that you need flowing all throughout the team. This is going to work well for the team chemistry. So you got to still play Ayo even when Coby White comes back, man. But nonetheless, man, this is a great win from the Bulls. For the Bulls, we're going to look at the stats. We're going to look at three-pointers. The Bulls were 29. They struggling at 3 right now. They shot 29% from 3. Brooklyn shot 33%. Put my hand over my mouth. I got to stop that. But the Bulls shot better. 46% from the field compared to 39% from the field for Brooklyn. The Bulls out-rebounded the damn Brooklyn. But again, no surprise, Kevin Durant is the damn big man over there for real. Him and LaMarcus Aldridge type. But the Bulls had 56 rebounds compared to 42. 15 offensive rebounds for the Bulls. 15 of them joints, right? We led the assists, 21 assists compared to 19 assists. They led us in boxing, but we had 8 steals compared to 6 steals. Only 9 turnovers. That is the key. A lot of times in the Bulls games when we lost against Philadelphia, turnovers killed us. Guys throwing the ball away, playing sloppily, trying to come through the lane, trying to do too much instead of giving up. When we got numbers, passing ahead on the break. Stop trying to, and Zach be doing that sometimes too, trying to go through the teeth of the defense all the time. You got numbers, pass it out, kick it out, or kick it to the guy that's ahead of you when we got numbers. Don't try to force stuff. You ain't going to get the foul call. You're going to end up with a turnover. That's going to shoot the Bulls in the foot all the time. Only 9 turnovers tonight, so we didn't even get into double-digit turnover figures, right? Compared to 14 turnovers for the Brooklyn Nets. But this is another thing. 54 goddamn points in the paint for the Bulls compared to 24. So we shot a lot of threes tonight. We shot 31, which is still in today's NBA. There's really not a whole lot because dudes be shooting 40 threes in the game, 38 threes and shit like that in the game, right? But still, 54 points in the paint. That's major. That's major. You gotta again work, but I want Vooch to start getting more of those touches so that he can get his confidence going and he can get his shot falling early so that he can come in big for us in the clutch when we need him to do so. But still, 54 points in the paint, that's phenomenal, man. But great win for my Chicago Bulls. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this win in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But again, my Bulls, for real. I still got my Bulls finishing third in the Eastern Conference. I still got faith. We gonna finish third. And I think this ain't the first. We gonna win at least. I think we gonna win at least one more game against the Brooklyn Nets. Maybe two. But the Brooklyn Nets really do need Kyrie Irving. I don't give a damn what nobody say. They need Kyrie. Kyrie don't want to take the vaccine, and I respect that. That's your choice, brother. And whatever, but and he's living with that decision. But I'm looking at this roster. They need him to alleviate their scoring load because James Harden ain't been scoring big like they want him to, or like he usually can, as he not getting some fouls called or whatever. Finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Only averaging 19 points on the season, 19 points per game, which is not major for him because, and I think officials are holding it against James in the past. James been the type of person who been shooting and trying to jump into the defender, flail his arms into the defender, and it wasn't even looking like he was scoring in the past, and they holding it against him today. Although tonight, I'm going to give James credit. He got fouled a few times tonight now. You got to call a foul a foul. And I've seen him get fouled a few times in other games too. So you got to call it for the brother. But again, LaMarcus Aldridge was the second lead scorer with 19 points. And shout out to LA, LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm still mad as hell we traded LaMarcus Aldridge for Tyrese Thomas that night. That still pissed me off with the Bulls. I hate that we did that on draft night. But again, he was almost out of the league with blood clots and stuff like that. And now he's back. I think it was a heart condition or blood clot? Y'all let me know. I forget. But he had 19 points and seven rebounds. But that goddamn Kevin Durant, 38 points and 10 rebounds. Dude ass still lead he is phenomenal. Like, dude, even with that injury with the Achilles, his games is so not predicated on just all athleticism. He's still able to get you 40 or 40 piece easily because he's a 7-footer that can knock down shots. One of the best shooters I ever seen in my life. But still, the Bulls were able to get this win, and I'm proud of that, y'all. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.